Hi guys, I hope everybody's well. It's your old mate Daryl here in Hornsea. I haven't got Toby with me tonight because I've just come off duty from Coastwatch. We're going to walk past my Coastwatch station in a few moments, although it's closed now with everyone's gone home. So we'll have a look round, we'll have a walk round Hornsea. We'll walk on the promenade. We'll see the Floral Cafe, which will be closed now, and then we will go and have a quick look at the town centre. Anyway, you've seen enough of my mug, so I'll just switch the view. There we go. You know, we're still out of season, so nothing's really opened up at the moment. Aggie, quiet. We logged a few ships. Somebody was actually swimming in the sea, so I logged that, kept my eye on her, made sure she was okay. She was in for about half an hour, and a couple of kids messing about. Where the groins are, so I kept my eye on them. I was head watchkeeper today, so I'm the one who were filling the booking. Yep, so it was a good watch. Quiet. Mind you, at the end of my watch, the station manager couldn't lock the door. Oh God. So I didn't leave her on her own. I waited with her until we managed to do it. Eventually we did do it. So we got well, we weren't locked the door, it was actually the alarm system. She couldn't turn the alarm off, and we got it off eventually. We had to unlock the door, and we managed to get in eventually, and she did that. So I waited with her while she did it. So it was okay. Well, gee, yeah, that's what I wouldn't want to go in that. But the skilled she was in for a good half hour. Hi Jack, how are you doing? Hi Dave. So this is Hornsea. It's a little more, how do I say, upmarket than what Withensea is. I don't know that it's better, it's just a little bit more genteel. It's a nice place to be, but anywhere on the East Coast is nice. Walk down on the lower prom. Withensea is similar, you've got upper proms, lower proms. I'm not going down there. The tide, high tide's due at 5 o'clock this evening. So what we'll do, we'll walk down here. It's my station. I won't be able to show you that much. We can talk about it. I should have actually brought my coat with me today, to be honest. It's a bit nippy now. The weather is very, very deceitful. The temperature is actually about 8 degrees C, but the wind chill brings you down to 5. We were looking at getting a bungalow here in Hornsea, but it just didn't happen. We actually got one, but we decided not to go ahead with it, and we left it before we can get something better. And then the bungalow we've got came up in Hornsea, and wow, we jumped at it. See all these stones here? That is what the sea has kicked. Now Toby wouldn't like that, would he? Hello, you're going to talk to me? You are, aren't you? I've got no treats on me. That's terrible, isn't it? How are meat? Hello. See ya. Well, just up there, you can just about see it, but we will walk past it in a bit anyhow. It's my Coastwatch station. So what do? We do quite a lot. We are the eyes of the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard can't see everything that there is to see. It knows about things, but they can't see, especially when you've got loads of people. And that's where we come into it. We're the eyes along the coast. We're watching out. We see something, we report it. It could be a surfer who's in trouble, somebody on an inflatable. It could be one of the cliffs, because we have closed circuit television, CCTV, and we can actually zero in on things a long distance away. We have other instruments, optical instruments that we can use. We have radar, AIS. We have a lot of things that we can actually use to see things. All of us are trained how to plot the position of something, we can get their position using the CCTV and using our own sights and things, and we can say that is where he is, and that is the bearing he's on, travelling towards, and we can tell the Coast Guard within reason where the danger is, and then they can decide on the appropriate action, whether it be a lifeboat, a helicopter, or whatever is needed. There's a lot of fishing boats around here, so if one of them had a problem, we would easily be able to we'd see what were happening, or we might track it on our radio or something like that. But if we can track it on the radio, so can the Coast Guard. But if we don't hear anything from the Coast Guard, then we can contact the Coast Guard and say, look, this is happening, there's a man overboard or whatever. And you know, that's what we do. It could be people walking along the cliff, and then there's a rock fall, or people walking on the beach and the rock fall lands on them. So we can call out the appropriate emergency services, get the ambulance, tell the Coast Guard, direct them. So there's a lot of things we can do. My manager was saying she wants some of us to be able to go out on our watch when it starts getting busy after Easter. So we're there amongst people, so if there is a crisis, we can deal with it, which gives the station that little bit more reach. Hi Edward, how are you? Hi Minnie. Yeah Minnie, I'm at Hornsea. How far I'm from home, guys? Hiya guys. Hopefully I'm back. I think I've sorted it. I've had to log out, come back in. So hopefully I'm alright now. There should be plenty of internet round here, so I should be okay. But even so, yeah, I'm not just on Wi-Fi. I've got unlimited broadband as well on this. So I'm back, am I? Thanks guys, thanks for waiting for me. I don't know what happened. I think probably it might have been because I was stuck down there where the beach is and there were no signal, so that might have been it. But I thought it was my station. We watch the local area. We watch the coastline. We're looking for anything that could be a hazard. It could be a fishing boat with a man overboard. It could be kids messing about on the groins. It could be walkers on the cliff top. And there's a cliff fall. People on an inflatable being swept out to sea. There's so many things that can happen. And what we would do, we've got a whole range of instruments. We've got optical instruments, binoculars, all sorts of other instruments where we can see things. We have other things too. This is my station here. We have AIS, radar, VHF radio. We can keep in contact with people. We can contact the Coast Guard. So this is my station. See National Coastwatch. You can call us on VHF channel 65. Tells you a little bit about us there. Powerful optics, weather state, we have all sorts of things. And you see we report to HM Coast Guard and coordinate with search and rescue services. There you go. So that's us, that's what we do, if you will. Ooh, a bit too cold for that. Yep, we're back. Gone again? Don't tell me we've gone again. I think this will be the first time I've done a live from Hornsea. And if it's going to be so difficult, it'll be the last one. The next one I do, I think it'll just be video. And I'll put it up on my thing, on my channel. I'll tell you what it is, we haven't got Toby with us. And that's the problem. Toby makes everything go right. Hello. Hello. Oh. You can hear me loud and clear, that's good. I'm glad to hear that, Dave. Car 67, where are you? I used to watch that when I was a kid. Oh, we'll walk on the seafront. There's lots of little chippies, you know, fish and chip cafes and things like that. See seafront cafes, Lindsay's Cafe. We saw a couple of dolphins earlier on as well. Well, there were about 3 or 4 of them, I think. I actually saw them. Bucket and spade, see? It's ideal for little kids, isn't it? The trees, it's supposed to be nice in there. And you got the Admiralty Guest House. So lots of nice places to stay.
Hi.
We've got the hub in front of us, this big building here. And what they do there, it's a bit of everything. There's a library, a fitness centre, and there's other like little organisations, clubs for youth and the community. So it's quite good, really. Children's centre, things in the daytime, a cafe. There's quite a lot of things, really. I remember them building it. We built it just after we moved here. I'm not going to go right down the pram, and the reason being, I don't want to lose you all again. I need to pay Pete his money back. Who's Pete? I don't know anybody called Pete, and nobody's ever helped me out in my life. The only person to ever help me out, mate, is my missus. And my mother when she was alive. Nobody else has ever helped me out. I wouldn't want anything off anybody else. So I don't know who you are, but I think it might be better if you went. Do I have a girlfriend? No, I'm married. I've been married for 46 years. Right, I think you're going to have to go, Bob. Right, I put you in timeout, Bob, for 30 minutes. Hopefully, you'll reflect on your silliness and you'll come back with something to contribute. If not, I'll just time you out forever. There we are, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Don't know who this Bob is, but I don't like things like that. He can go and play pranks on somebody else. Just not in the mood. Just make it clear. I've never ever owed anybody anything in my life. The only people who would ever have helped me is my wife and my mum. My mum is no longer with us, so the only other person who would help me is my wife, and I would never want anybody's retirement funds. So I've timed Bob out for half an hour. Hopefully he'll reflect, come back to us with something sensible to say. If not, I'll time him out forever. Oh yeah, it'd be great, wouldn't it? Jaden, I am 71. Yeah, I'm 71, mate. I'm too old for you. The best thing to do, there are plenty of fish in the sea, Jaden. There are plenty more people, honestly. Don't get hung up over one person. Me, I'm 72 this year. You don't really want me. You can get better than me anytime. But even so, there is somebody out there who deserves you. If somebody's going to treat you bad, walk away. So that's the hub over there. We are going to walk into Hornsea town centre. Don't know if anybody recognises this sat here in front of us. Yep, that's the one. That's my car. The little Jack. A little fat Jack at that. This building here used to be Hornsea train station. This is your police station. And this used to be Hornsea train station. It's also the beginning of a Trans-Pennine trail, which goes from Hornsea through Hull, Selby, Barnsley, right the way over to Stockport. And south, right the way over to Southport. It's a walk. I think it's about 160 mile or something like that. It's quite a long way. But this, was the station, and it's now been turned into housing units. I'll tell you a little bit about it. Hornsea Trans-Pennine Trail. So it closed in 1964. 215 miles, look, to Southport in Lancashire. So there's a map of where it goes. We're here, Hornsea, right the way to Hull, to Selby, near Doncaster, Conisbrough, Barnsley, Penistone, Hadfield, Stockport, Sale, Altrincham, Warrington. You know, Dave, it goes through Warrington, Widnes, Liverpool, and up to Southport, look. And it's you got markers all the way along, and it's 215 miles. So you've got to look for here your wildlife, your birds, your rabbits, butterflies, meadow ants, all sorts of things. Yes, a lot of it's already opened, Dave. You know, when you go walking with me, sometimes we go on the Charles III. You know, if we go to Holland, we're already on it, and if we go over to Saint Lemaire, we're on it. So there's a lot of it which is already open, but I think the whole lot's fully open today. So this used to be, as I said, the station. All these bungalows are brand new, well, newish. I think this might have been the station yard or something. So just imagine all the people back in the 1960s coming to Hornsea for a week. Gone to the Hornsea Pottery. We'll do that another time. The Pottery is no longer there. It's like a retail park. We'll have a walk around it. Not today, another time. And what we're on now is the old railway line. What I might do is walk on here. Yeah, dog-friendly cottages if anybody's interested. Sleeps up to 6 and dogs very welcome. I know that Guy. I know I've done. I got that 701 yesterday. All right. Yeah, so this would have been the old railway line. You can imagine it, as I said, in the holidays. Lots and lots of kids on board with harassed parents. Going to have their week's holiday. Oh, somebody's coming to say hello to me, I think. Hello. Hello, I've committed the cardinal sin. I've got no treats on me. Always nice to see a dog, even if you don't know the dog. The dogs always know who their friends are. So I'm just going to go a bit further down here. And then I'm going to turn around because I think if I go too far, we're going to lose reception again. And then we'll have a walk around the town. And then we'll go back to my car. Then I'll go home. Oh, another little friend. Hello. And how are you today, little man? All right, fair enough, sweetheart, fair enough. Your mum and dad have told you not to talk to strangers.
No, you mix your own mind up.
Yeah, she's lovely.
She sends no treats in you.
Well, that's it, I've left my treats at home. It's my fault. Bye. I mean, you were looking round here, you wouldn't even know you were so close to the sea, would you, to be honest? Huh? They're about 20 miles, something like that, Edward. Yeah, it's about 20 mile, maybe a bit less. It takes me about just over half an hour to get home. Now, going back when we first came to live here, or in Withensea, you know, we had Alfie. Now, Alfie was a nervous dog. He had a lot of anxiety, so we couldn't really let him off his lead anywhere. So we used to bring him here. There's a field here. I think it was about £20 a month down there. And we could let him free, let both dogs, Charlie and Alfie, free in there. And it used to be great. They enjoyed it. And so did we. We had an hour, a set time. We had 2 days a week, I think it was. 2 hours a week, set time. And it was about 20 quid or something like that a month, which we thought was okay. Obviously whacked the prices up during COVID. Went up to about £40 and we thought we can't really afford that. So we had to let it go. But it was good. It was really good. And that was a field. And to get there, we'd park the car a bit further up. Well, we'll go down here and we'll go under the bridge and then we'll make our way back into Hornsea itself and we'll walk up the main road, the main drag. Yeah, this was where we used to bring them and it was good. I enjoyed it, me, bringing them here. There's no danger, there's nothing to hurt them. Are they completely free? There you go, 4 Paws, pet services, dog walking, pet taxi. She does a lot of things. She breeds dogs, Labradors, and they are beautiful. Oh yeah? She is good. But it just got very expensive. It was just too much, which I don't blame her for. She, everyone has to make a living, don't they? But when we came out, I'd always think to myself about this bridge here. Imagine trains going across it with loads of people on board, going to work, coming home from work. There was a lot of obscenities on this wall, so I'm glad at least we've painted over them. Yeah, that's it. That's right, Dave. 17.1. It's a lovely place. All right, Dave, see you in a bit then. Hello, you two. Hiya. Hi, love. Oh, I thought I'd got myself 2 dogs. Oh, they're lovely.
Most of the time they are.
You, well, you wouldn't have them any other way.
Well, I don't think so.
Well,
No.
have a Jack. And he is mental. Yeah, me and my missus, we watched, I'll see you again, love, anyway. We watched them building this house. And it was during COVID. Beautiful, isn't it? And as I said, we'd bring the dogs up here. I'd park along here somewhere. At the time, the old Duchess was a lot more mobile than she is now. So we'd bring Toby, not Toby, Charlie and Alfie. I'll find some pictures on the internet and I'll put them on. They were good boys. Some of these houses are quite big. See, look at these. Pretty much like the house we used to have in Elland. 3 stories plus a cellar, so it gave us 4 stories in all. And then we come from that to a small bungalow. See, between twin fronted houses, these, some of them. With lovely houses. Hi Oliver, how are you? Well, it's a bit cold, but it's not blowing a gale or anything. I've not got Toby with me today. I've just finished my duty at Coastwatch. So, as I said, I'd give everybody a look round Hornsea, which is what we're doing at the moment. By the time I got home, it would have been too late. It had been going on for 5 o'clock. So I thought, well, I'll have a walk around Hornsea and I'll show you what Hornsea looks like. So we're about, as Dave said, we're 17.1 miles north of Withensea. And we're about the same distance from Bridlington. So I'm expecting one day soon we'll go up to Bridlington. We'll have a walk around Bridlington. It's a lovely place to live though, isn't it? Well, my old Duchess has gone to get her hair cut today. She's gone on a scooter, on her chariot, to the hairdressers. So I won't recognise her when I get home. No, it's not. I've left Toby at home, Oliver, because when we've been in Coastwatch. I can't really take him with me, unfortunately. Yeah, look at that. Now that used to be Hornsea Museum. It isn't now, but it was. I don't know what it is now. Let's have a look anyhow. But it used to be the museum. Old Lifeboat house. Well, just across here we've got the Memorial Gardens. It's quite quaint, really. You've got a bandstand. Ooh, the magpie. You have a bandstand. You can hear the birds crying. The young birds crying for their parents to feed them despite them being bigger. Oh. So 78. Oh. You know, somebody's still leaving a flower for her, remembering her. It's lovely that. You never forget your mother, do you? Yeah, so this is the Memorial Gardens. We'll go and have a look at the memorial to the men of Hornsea who gave their lives. It looks like they moved it. Here it is. It were further up here at one point. The First and the Second World War. All them guys. See, 3 Blanchards. Brothers. 2 Burgesses. 2 Grummets. 2 Hamshores. 3 Keiths. Hi Dwayne, how are you? Yes, it is, isn't it? That one, Church Tower. It is a picturesque place. We'll walk down there in a moment. So you've not got any Lieberman. I bet he was from German ancestry. Probably Jewish actually, named like Lieberman. See 2 Murphets from the Second World War. 2 Smiths. 3 Smiths actually. 2 Wilkinsons. And from Afghanistan, Private T. Stone for Yorkshire Regiment, aged 20. How are you tonight, Dwayne? So we're in Hornsea tonight. I promised everybody we come to Hornsea to see what was happening. We got off to a pretty bad start, Dwayne. The thing kept looping itself somehow and we lost contact and all sorts of things. So I thought, well, I'm going to have to shut it down and log back in, which is what I did. And it's been all right ever since. So that's good. We've been on for an hour, so I just want to walk down the main drag, show you some of the highlights of the town, and then we'll make us way back to my car. It's been a good walk tonight though, hasn't it? Really has. Yeah, I've done 4.12 miles altogether today. So it was a mile this morning with Toby. So I've done about 3 miles since coming out of Coastwatch. Got kids, so I try to not get them in. See, this is we're coming into the town centre now. We'll walk up there in a bit. This looks good. I don't know what. I don't know. It is a nice place. Just had a bit of a glitch there, Dave. Don't quite know what happened, but we pulled it back straight away. Probably you coming back. Here's some of the places. Club 9. You know, Jack, it's real old England, this. Everybody's waving at us there. Hello. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. How are you? And I've come out without treats, and that's not fair. The lounge. After that meeting, I've ended up with a cough. The pharmacy, the local chemist, hairdressing. Coming back, we'll look at the other side on the way back. Food shop, it's all closed now, of course, at this time. A tandoori. Indian restaurant. A boutique. Little treasures. All sorts of things for kiddie winks. I like that. Look at that, the train. When the boys were young, we had quite a big train like that. Little matchbox cars. I don't know whether Jack remembers them or not. I certainly do. I know Dave will. Hi Bessica, where am I today? I'm in Hornsea. About 17 mile north of Withensea. I was at my Coastwatch today. So I thought I may as well, when I finish, have a walk round Hornsea with you guys. Show you something different. Getting people pipping me, just like they did in Scunthorpe. We know about the guy with the gimbal now catching. See, look at this. You know, the guy with the gimbal catching photons. Now, I don't quite know what this is. I've seen it loads of times. I think it's an almshouse. They're like special houses for the poor, usually widows or something like that. Yeah, and it is an almshouse. It was erected and endowed by Mr. Christopher Pickering of the Hall, Hornsea, for the use of the poor persons to be elected annually. And they were built in the care of the churchwarden of St. Nicholas's, and they were built in 1908. At that time, they didn't have welfare. They had workhouses. Well, they had a rudimentary form of welfare, but mainly workhouses, almshouses and things like that, and that's what Hornsea had. You know, if you were a good person and you went to church, then you could be considered to have a cottage, one of those almshouses. If not, you'd end up in the workhouse. Yeah, Hornsea Civic Society. Harry Hudson Rodmell painted his famous Lakeland by the Sea railway poster in an attic studio in this building in 1926. Look that up, any of you. There's loads and loads of posters and things that they had for Hornsea in the 1920s and 1930s. The Lakeland by the Sea is about Hornsea Mere. We'll do that. I'm not going to do it today. It'll be shut now. Any other gates will be shut. But we will go to the mere. It's well worth seeing. I like the mere. We were there the other day, me and the Duchess. Yeah, public art trail celebrating Hornsea pottery. Pottery about Hornsea is a public art trail celebrating Hornsea pottery, a unique business and a major employment town from the 50s to the 2000s. The brothers Desmond and Colin Rawson started the pottery from their scullery in 1949, making plaster of Paris models to sell to Hornsea's growing number of visitors. Despite a lack of raw materials, energy supply and experience, the brothers and their small but dedicated workforce ensured the pottery went on to achieve global success. At its height, Hornsea Pottery employed 700 people over 2 sites in Hornsea and Lancaster. It attracted world-class designers who produce iconic award-winning designs. Permission to use historic Hornsea pottery designs has been agreed by Hornsea Pottery Intellectual Property Limited. And it goes on to tell you about it. Well, that's some of the Hornsea pottery there, look. Well, I remember when I were a boy, my nana and my granddad used to come to Hornsea from Manchester. Hornsea pottery. It was nice stuff. They were rugged, but it was good, and it had really the designs were good. I mean, it just sort of went out of business. What you've got on the site now is a retail park. But you can imagine it was quite something. Oh, travel agent. Oh well. You know, quite something in its day. I mean, employing 700 people. You see, that's like an Hornsea pottery design. Even with the lampshades. Well, this is the main drag. Well, here's an estate agent. No doubt he'd be looking to see how much property is here in Hornsea. Nice little bungalow there. 265,000. 235 for that. A little bit above what I can afford, maybe. Mm. 190, but skip seam is a real problem. 200, Could probably, yeah, could afford that. 180. But that's at Leven, it's not here in Hornsea. That gives you some idea of the property is not expensive even here. Yeah, you can get expensive property, but yeah, if anybody likes sweeties. Yeah, Jack, you might remember some of these when you were over here. Gobstoppers. Cherry lips, you'll remember them, I should think. Yeah, guys, I'm sure you'll be interested in that, what we've done with the old records. Yeah, the ubiquitous pizza house and things. Like a curio shop, this. I've often been past it in the car, but I've never actually took that much notice of it. It's nice, you've got some nice things in. Tattoo parlour, I think you've got one of them in every town. Yeah, estate agent. 360 in Hornsea. 4-bedroom house. £488 at Catwick. Now that's not far from the seaside. Lovely. 260. Looks a bit small, but yeah. 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, living room. Now, New Begging. This is New Begging where we are now. That one. Driffield. Aldborough, that's about 10 miles from here, I think. Yeah, Marine Drive. Now that is, you know where we started off and it was glitching? That's where that is. Not far from my Coastwatch station. Bank Terrace. 190. Marine Drive again. What is it? A flat? 180, yeah. Station Court. Now that's not far from where the station is. I thought you would, Jay. I thought you would remember Matchbox cars. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, Jack. Yeah. Yeah, I loved them when I were a kid. Yeah. Well, I'm going to cross over in a minute. I think that's St. Nicholas's Church. You know the almshouse is what we went past. Right, we'll cross over before we get killed by the rush. Yeah, so it's St. Nicholas's, look. And you remember the almshouses we saw on the other side of the road? Well, it was the church warden of this church was the one who decided who should have them. And every year he would decide whether you continued to live there or not. So I suppose if you were good and you didn't wreck the property, then you were fine. You could stay there. But if you weren't good and you didn't go to church and you liked to drink and things like that, then maybe you get kicked out and somebody else would take your place. But as long as you were good, you went to church, you didn't give anybody any trouble, then yeah, I suppose you could stay there forever. And it was up to the church warden of that church to decide. See one of those old telephone boxes? But we don't have telephones in them anymore. It's a defibrillator instead. With a key safe, and you ring 999 and they'll give you a code so you can open it and get the defibrillator out. Not sure what this is. Yeah, the townhouse, another nice little chic shop. Lucian's Bar. Not sure what this place is, but if I cross, so I'm assuming it's got something to do with the church. That house there. Might be a respite for stressed out priests and vicars, who knows. Look at this. Burns Farm. So it's an 18th century farmhouse and home of the Burns family. Museum founded in 1978 by Dr. and Mrs. J.E.S. Walker. I can remember Bluebird, I know when you mention it, Jack. So your museum is down here. And that might be interesting. 900 years of Norman heritage. This community is recorded in the Domesday Book. And in 1980, we got the National Heritage Small Museum of the Year award in the Illustrated London News. Not much to see, but yeah. Remember the old milk bottles? Remember Persil? My mum used to get that. And Robin Starch. And tongs, I can remember my mum having them, and my nana had them as well. So this is the museum. we got in here? So this is just the shop, I think. The things you can buy. And the Hornsea Pottery contains over 2,000 pieces and tells the story of this iconic local industry. So all this is part of the museum. I didn't realise it was so big. Hello. Yeah, these, she was actually modelled all these for Hornsea Pottery. Amazing. Yeah, this is Hornsea Pottery. I can't remember what Nana had now, but I know she had a lot of it. I think these may have been kind of similar to what she had, but they all have that distinct style about them. Amazing, really amazing. Fast food joint. You'll notice we don't have many empty shops. You know, there's a lot of small independent traders. Sure, you've got Errand Food. I think next door you've got the Co-op. Oh, we got Boys. All this used to be the Co-op at one time. Now Boys is like a general store. They have all sorts of things. If you can't get it anywhere else, you'll get it at Boys. They have a big one in Bridlington. Yeah. So this is your Co-op. And at one time they had the complete building. But now they've only got half of it, must have sold half. Again, we got the almshouses. To remember, they were looked after by the church warden at St. Nicholas's. That's true. That's true, Jack. Oh yeah, Daryl, famous blogger on Tinterweb, lived here. Who's taking over? Who dat? The church warden? How do you mean free runs? Not sure what you mean. I'm just having a walk around Hornsea in East Yorkshire. See the Green Owl. All this is just like little cafes and things. Another chippy. Newspaper. The Co-op, well, not really, to be honest. They are the best baker in East Yorkshire, Couplands. Not really. The Co-op, at one time, they had that whole building But now you've got buoys, you've got herring, and you've got the co-op. The co-op only has a little bit of it. They've either sold it, or they've let it off, or they've done something. See the factory shop down there, like we've got that we have in Withensea, but like ours, it's closing down. It's a pity, really, because you have good stuff in there. Stuff you probably can't get anywhere else, or stuff you can get elsewhere, but you'll pay a lot more for it. Like us, we've got a banking hub. You see, you know what we have next to Aldi. Don't know what good they are. I wanted to get some investment advice, and the guy just looked at me. See, just like we have. Very sad, really. I feel sorry for the staff. I mean, these towns, you don't have like loads of jobs. You know, you've got quite a bit of seasonal work, you know, but that's it. In winter, it's absolutely, you know, you've been round Withensea with me, and the place is shut down. There's absolutely nothing. Here we go, aesthetics. There's a lot of beautiful people in in Humberside. The number of these places, what there are, to make them beautiful. Amazing, absolutely amazing. This, I don't know, it's something to do with custom. I don't think it's used anymore. I think everything now, it used to be East Yorkshire Council, East Riding Council, but I think it's all gone to the hub now. Hello. Hiya. So this is the town council, the town hall. But again, we have various things. I'm not sure what they have in there, if I'm honest. But it used to be a school at one time. Kids come out, so I don't really want to get them on board there. See, Wesleyan School, 1875. So at one time, that's what it was. But now it's run by the local town council. All right. Hiya, Darryl. Yeah, that's right, Dave. That is right. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Dave. It's all minimum wage. It's funny that, because I used to work with a guy and he was called Darryl as well, spelt my way. So we had Darryl, we used to have old Darryl and young Darryl. It's good to know that, Darryl. Yeah, we have Tim Hortons over here in the UK. I've never been to one yet, but yeah, we do have them. Yeah, 7 new houses. This is what they're going to look like when they're done. Well, they're apartments with private parking. So I bet there'll be a few pounds, a bit more than a few pounds probably. Yeah, dog groomers. Alright, mate.
Yeah.
So we've got a Chinese takeaway. Again, a pharmacy. Another Chinese restaurant. Another hairdresser's. So what I'm doing now, I'm making my way back towards the coast. And then we'll go back to the car and I'll go home, have my tea. But we're a bit off yet. That's some of the things they've got. U3A, I was thinking of getting involved in that before, but I don't think so, to be honest. It's Tony Blair brought it out in his first term of office, university for third age. There were talks before about allowing older people to go and take degrees and things like that, which wouldn't be a bad idea, because it's something to do, something to work at, something to give you some interest. And Tony said, no, because we're going to charge young people whatever it were, I think it was £3,000 a year then, so we can't really do that with the old giffers. So what we'll do with them, we'll give them a U3A, a university of the first age, and they can learn French or learn German. They won't get a qualification, they won't get anything of any use, but you know, we can do that, or they can learn flower arranging, things like that. So I've never got involved with it. I might have been interested in doing another doctorate if it were free. Now that would have been awesome, wouldn't it? Really awesome, that. Look at this house here. Or even doing a degree in astrophysics or something. Notice board for the town council. Well, that's it. Hallgarth Park. Huh? Really? You're in the Cotswold, are you? You're in the Cotswolds. Nice. So whereabouts do you live then, Jim? You're in the Cotswolds, are you? Daryl, all right. And Dave had a bass player who called his son Daryl. All right. Yeah, I don't know. We have them over here, Tim Hortons, Jack. I don't know much. I've never been to one, but I have gone past them. They're a Canadian thing, I think. Some sort of, bit like McDonald's, but Canadian. Ah, that's where it is. Right. I know you've got them over here, Guy. Yep. Yeah, we've certainly got, we have them here though. Generally got lots of nice properties. Just a nice place to be, really, Hornsea. Man, it's getting a bit nippy now. Why would you not? Why would anybody not want to live in a place like this? See, we even have a family butcher. Got the Golden Walk in Bottrell, the family butcher. Another nail and beauty, amazing. A laundry. Don't know why it did that. Playing up again, I don't know why. Right, I think we're all right again now. I like those verandas there. Now, if you look at those flats over there, there's some apartments. And me and the Duchess could have had one of them. Oh, no, them ones. But it was upstairs, and we didn't want it. I'm happy with what we got, though, to be honest. I've never, ever not been happy with it. We wanted to come here to Hornsea, if at all possible, but at that time, the money we had and the price of property. See, it's folks like verandas I love. It'd be no good for Duchess, but it'd be good for me. So this takes us back to the coastline, and then what we'll do, we'll just walk back down to my car. So we've a little way yet. Got some of these houses here, as you imagine, as a family house. I mean, something like that. My mum was still alive. She could have had the bungalow, and we'd have had the house. Then she could have shut us out if she didn't want to see us. She'd had enough of us. it's been a good walk, hasn't it? You know, it's a good walk around Hornsea today. Changed my hands and I put my other hand back in my pocket. But my hand is absolutely freezing. Well, I suppose so, Jack. Yeah, Castle Baker, yeah? I suppose so. Yep. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? It's a lovely evening. It's a bit cold, but it is a lovely evening. So just down there, you got my Coastwatch station, which we've seen. You can see the roof of it just down there, look. So what we're gonna do now, we'll walk this way. Remember, we walked on the other side of the road before, but I'm a bit worried about losing the signal. See, I've never used my gimbal, and I've certainly never took any footage of Hornsea before. Or I might have done, I don't know. But it would have just been video. I never done a live from Hornsea. People getting ice cream. A bit too cold for that, but well, whatever takes the fancy. So it's been a fair walk round, hasn't it, really? Well, population of Hornsea, Prairie Breeze. Yeah, no, it is good in town. Oh, sorry if you feel that way, David. It is good in town. You're right there, Guy. The population, Prairie Breeze, Hornsea, maybe 18,000, something like that. The Jai Mahal. I've been to the Taj Mahal in India. 8.4 thousand. I thought there'd have been more than that, actually, because it is bigger than Withensea, and I've put by quite a margin. So yeah, thanks for that. None of these towns are what you call big, though. They're all pretty small. Well, we'll go to the other side of the no, none of them are really that big. Over it, all these Withensea, Hornsea, Easington, they're all pretty small. Bridlington's pretty big. Driffield's reasonably big. Beverley's a lot bigger. And we'll do that one day. We'll go for a walk round Brid, and we'll also go for a walk round Beverley. They were all nice places to live. Nothing bad ever happens in these places. You're not worried about being mugged and things like that. Wivensea, yes, I know Wivensea 6k. Brid, yeah, that makes sense. It is a lot bigger. Look up Beverley. Beverley. See, we even have a, I want to be careful, there's kids in there, but we even have a swimming pool. Okay. $30, yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about that. That is a pretty big. It's not massive. It's not massive, but no, I know it's bigger than any of these small towns. Yeah, we can go through here. Hello. Oh, I am honoured. Hello, sweetheart. And I've got no treats.
Oh, wow.
I know. That is unforgivable. So what are we doing here? We're actually relaying the tarmac. All the tarmac got. Yeah, with the storms, you've got that many potholes in the road. So we're redoing it and we're going to re-tarmac it. Hiya, Sammy, I didn't know you were with us. Yeah, we have had a wonderful evening. We've been really good actually, Sammy. Really good. But hello, I'm glad to see you. Well, we've walked 4.5 miles. So that's not bad. And we've gone round in quite a big circle really, haven't we? Started off here where my car is, and then we walked all the way down to the Coastwatch station, went past that. That's when I lost everybody. Came back up here, down the railway track, into the town, round the town, and made our way back here. Well, guys, thank you very much for your company. I'm really glad you came. Sorry about the glitches to begin with, but these things happen, I suppose. Anyhow, thank you all for your likes, your shares, your comments, and your subscriptions. It's absolutely brilliant to have you all. What I'm going to be doing now is driving home before it gets too dark, and I shall see you all on the next one. Yeah, I certainly will drive safe, Guy. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Good night, Edward. Good night, Guy. Good night, Jack. Good night, Dwayne. Dave, everybody else, Sami, everybody else. Thanks a lot for your company again, and I shall see you tomorrow.